Good morning, everybody. Principal Secretary to the National Treasury, Chairman and Board Members of the Capital Markets Authority, Board Members and Chief Executives of our intermediaries and licensed persons, our participating exhibitors, members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome, and once again, apologies for the delay, and thank you for your patience. It gives me great pleasure to extend to you all on behalf of the Capital Markets Authority a very warm welcome to this annual Capital Markets Open Day. As the host of this event, I'm truly thrilled to once again be in this exciting environment that enables market players and investors to interact in a single room. I particularly take this opportunity to salute and appreciate the stakeholders who have joined us here today as exhibitors, because this day would not be possible without your continued support. We're also extremely honored to have with us the Principal Secretary to the National Treasury, Dr. Kamau Thuge, who is representing the Cabinet Secretary with us here today. We appreciate their very hectic schedules, but they nonetheless took the time to make sure that they could join us on this day to really show the government's support for the work we're trying to do. Ladies and gentlemen, as witnessed here today, investor education ranks extremely highly amongst the priorities of the Capital Markets Authority. From our view, true investor education, investor empowerment can only be achieved through increased collaboration and partnership. As in the long run, that is what will bring us forward in achieving our goals towards funding a middle-income economy through the Vision 2030. The authority is cognizant of the impact that concerted financial education programs play in creating awareness of the knowledge, skills, attitudes, and related experiences that people need to acquire in order to adopt good money management practices for earning, spending, saving, borrowing, and investing. On an individual level, we consider financial literacy as being critical in helping people better understand how they can leverage the resources and the services available in the capital markets to meet their changing needs as they grow both as individuals as well as commercial institutions. From an institutional perspective, financial institutions can leverage better financial literacy and education to be able to better understand their client needs, as well as provide critical information to potential investors to enhance the knowledge of those products and services. From our view, financial literacy is truly a win-win proposition for both investors and institutions. When we look at our mandate towards investor protection, we find that informed investors are better able to engage with their intermediaries as well as better look out for their own interests as they explore opportunities within the capital markets. Ladies and gentlemen, with the support of the National Treasury, the authority has continued to try and create a conducive and facilitative environment through the continuous review of our legal framework and continuous development of our market infrastructure in order to move the country as a whole towards being able to be truly the heart of capital markets in Africa. I think it's important to note that since the last open day that we held here, with the support of the National Treasury, we've been able to put in a significant number of regulatory amendments to create that facilitative environment, including those relating to rates regulation, minimum licensing requirements for futures, corporate governance revisions, conduct of business amendments. We've also put in place the demutualization regulations. We've amended the licensing regulations in order to create a more facilitative environment for risk-based supervision through the introduction of financial resource requirements. In closing, I would like to once again register our sincere appreciation to everyone who is here today. It is clear that the fruits of what we are embarking on as an industry will certainly be harvested in the years to come. With those few words, it's my pleasure to invite the Chairman of the Capital Markets Authority, Mr. Kungu Gatabaki, to make his welcoming remarks. Thank you very much.
We emphasize investor education so that as we support the development of our economy, investors are aware of the role not only the politicians are doing, but as a regulator of the market that we are involved in. Thank you very much once again for your keen interest. As chairman of the Capital Markets Authority, I would like to register my ongoing commitment once again to ensuring that the authority plays its critical role in increasing awareness through diverse mediums and fora. I'm further committed to ensuring that the authority collaborates with stakeholders and the government in developing our market through facilitating proactive engagement. The representation from the Cabinet Secretary here by his Principal Secretary today is evidence of the government's clear commitment to support the timely implementation of capital market industry. We are in the process, as the CEO has said, of launching in the very near future our 10-year master plan. And that will lay down the framework for the next 10 years, what we should be doing as part of that government initiative to develop this market. There is indeed much to be done in our country, which will require community mobilization, citizen engagement, participation of the accelerated creation of wealth. We must therefore align our efforts in pursuing an optimal level of fairness, accountability, and transparency in market operations. We have been closely working with our intermediaries, with our licensees, and particularly I would like to thank, I know he has been here, but he has left because he has a funeral engagement, the chairman of the Securities Exchange, of the Securities Exchange, and his team. We have been working very closely together to ensure that all the activities that CMA is undertaking as a regulator and those who are regulated are coordinated for the benefit of our people. Ladies and gentlemen, the Capital Market Open Day represents one of the many steps necessary in enhancing consumer education in our country. I would like particularly, again, to re-emphasize the introduction of the National Policy on Consumer Education, which is geared to ensure a coordinated approach to financial empowerment beyond mere financial literacy. Because sometimes we pay too much attention to financial literacy, but it's the empowerment of our people through investor education that will make or break our effort to support the development of the economy. In Kenya, like in many other developing economies, the persistence of poverty and challenges in access to capital for businesses is not only due to the lack of resources, but also attributed to suboptimal use of available resources by potential investors and enterprises.
The chairman, board members, and the acting chief executive, Capital Markets Authority, chief executives of capital markets, intermediaries, and approved institutions, participating capital markets exhibitors, representatives from the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. It gives me great pleasure to be here to officiate at this Capital Markets Open Day launch. I note the success and impact of the inaugural Open Day in June of 2013. This engagement is indeed welcome and very timely, given that the Capital Markets Master Plan will soon be launched. It's evident, as witnessed here today, that the collaborative efforts by Capital Markets Authority and its stakeholders have taken the agenda to a more robust level in terms of creating awareness and increasing financial literacy in our country. The financial sector will continue to play a critical role in the economic pillar of Vision 2030, which identifies financial services as a priority sector with a key objective of increasing access, improving efficiency, and enhancing stability of the financial sector. Kenya's long-term development agenda, as spelled out in Vision 2030, targets an annual growth rate of GDP of 10% in the medium term, with an investment rate of 30% of GDP, of which a significant proportion will have to be financed through mobilizing domestic savings. The medium-term plan 2, which focuses on development in several sectors from 2013 to 2017, was launched last year in October. One of the main objectives of the plan with regards to the financial sector is to stimulate long-term savings and reduce vulnerability by increasing individual savings for personal investments. This Open Day serves as one of the initiatives that is intended to provide an opportunity for Kenyans to get more information on how to enhance their savings and investments. You will agree with me that one of the potential areas towards increased savings and investments in the area of financial literacy and education. This is especially important if we are to reduce the poverty experienced by millions of Kenyans, many of whom remain outside the formal financial system. The government will continue to be supportive of the authorities' agenda to facilitate Kenya in becoming the investment destination of choice, not only to the rest of the world, but also to Kenyans themselves. I note with satisfaction that enhancing consumer education and literacy is listed as one of the initiatives that will support the development of economic transformation in the capital markets master plan. I also note with delight the programs that are being undertaken within the capital markets industry towards unlocking our economic potential, which include 1, enhancing consumer education and literacy, 2, leveraging East Africa as an integrated market, 3, further developing capital market financing for Kenya's core strengths to include new products and services, 4, aligning Nairobi to join the ranks of other international financial centers, 5, creating a deeper, more liquid domestic market through enhancement of the market infrastructure, 6, increasing institutional and capacity building initiatives such as developing and retaining professional staff, 7, strengthening and streamlining financial regulations, and finally, further strengthening the corporate governance framework in the capital markets by initiatives such as the creation of a corporate governance committee. With those remarks, I now declare the Capital Markets Open Day officially open. Thank you very much.